Hello everybody and welcome back to Sin City Living. Apologies for not having posted as much lately as I usually do. Been a busy couple of weeks, schedule changes, a lot of things going on at work, but hopefully I can get myself back into the swing of things, so we'll be bringing you guys some more videos. As always, a shout out of appreciation to our patrons. All those tips of support are very appreciated. Once we get the live stream going, we're probably going to do a patron only live stream, but otherwise right now I hope you guys are enjoying the videos that we're able to put out with the entire How to Deal Dice class. So should have a couple more of those coming out in the next couple of days. And for everybody else, please keep an eye. We're still struggling getting the live stream going. I think I've got the equipment. I'm just having some issues, compatibility issues, but I'm going to get them figured out. We're going to get the live streams going, starting out with the craps tournament. Right now I only have about 7 or 8 players, but I'm hoping that a few more of you guys will email us with some interest in it. We are going to have to back the time up from Thursdays at 6 to probably 4:30. My schedule did change. I no longer have Thursdays off. But yeah, that being said, if you're curious about the Patreon live streams and stuff like that, just check the description of the video down below. And otherwise, we're going to go ahead and jump right into today's video. So for today's video, I want to answer an email that we received. We haven't gotten too many emails lately, so please, if you have any strategies or any questions, shoot us an email. Let us know, sincityliving@gmail.com. It's our favorite thing to do, is to shoot these videos for you guys. So this email comes from Jason, and this isn't a strategy he's sending us, it's questions. It's a question about strategies to play. So let's take a look at this email and see what he is looking for. So he is looking for recommended strategies for a $10 table. Pretty easy, that's kind of standard out here. That's the lowest you're going to find out in Vegas right now. And a small bankroll, $500 to $600. Okay, $500 to $600 on a $10 table, that's doable. And some of the reasons why. So local casinos are all $10 even on the weekends. And let's see, smaller bankroll, $500 to $600, because he's got it in his head, you know, he's ready to lose what he's going with. So he's only going with what he's willing to lose. That's very smart. And he also puts that he would consider a good outing if he just wins $100 to $200. So that's awesome. $500 to $600 bankroll and only looking to win $100 to $200. This we could definitely work with. And then he puts the most important aspect is he would like to play as long as he possibly can. So, okay, we can definitely work with this. Let me see if I can find my notes with statistical likelihoods. There they are. All right. Pull this out. Okay, so let's look at this. So these parameters are fairly basic. We're looking at, I'm going to say $500 bankroll, okay? $500 bankroll. So we're looking at a $500 bankroll, and we are looking at $10 minimum bet table, and some strategies that could be done with a couple things in mind. Thing number one in mind, play as long as possible. So we want to be able to play and have fun. So I'm not going to recommend something like the Marching Soldier. While the Marching Soldier will allow you to play for a long time because you only have $10 of risk, you would get 50 shooters out of a $500 bankroll. Thing is, it's not super exciting. You don't have the same level of excitement you have with other strategies where you have more things hitting and you're pressing and doing this and doing that. So we're going to eliminate the Marching Soldier. So then let's look at it and say, okay, well, let's also eliminate the Iron Cross. And we're going to eliminate the Iron Cross because it's $61 invested, which is not out of the realm of possibility. We're going to talk about some other strategies that will have approximately the same amount invested per shooter. But because it's also not as fun. It's just, we want to find something that's going to be both exciting, fun to play, and able to win a little bit of money. Now, the kicker here, the best thing about this question is he's only looking to win $100 to $200. So he really only needs to catch 1 or 2 decent rolls, not even great rolls, just decent rolls in order to win that much and be able to call it a day. If he happens to hit an awesome roll, that'd be great. And all right, so let's see what we can think of. Well, the first thing that I would say is we're looking at place bets. Unless you're the shooter, in which case you're going to go ahead and do your $10 pass line. And if you want to do your pass line bet, if you want to feel like you're involved in the game, then by all means, go for it. Be involved in the game. Now, because he says, now typically, as you guys know, I would recommend 64 across. Okay, 64 across, including the point. And if you really want, you can add a fifth. You can add a $5 horn bet or horn high yo or something along those lines. If you want to do the whole iron cross idea of hitting every single number. But me, I would start out with, for me, it'd be a $70 investment. I would do 64 across, and then I would do $1 per number, so $6 across for the dealers. I do player control because I want to press them up and give them an opportunity to win some serious money. But $64 across is less than 8 shooters on a $500 bankroll if worst case scenario happens. And worst case scenario being 0.7 out. If you got, say, 7.7 outs in a row, you just got crushed. While I would recommend that, there's also another possibility. So let's take a look. So we've got 64 across. 64 across, and honestly, I think there's a couple different ways to play the 64 across, including the point. So I'm going to set it up twice. And set it up twice to give you a couple different options. And now the other possibility, and again, it's going to be independent of the point. It doesn't matter what the point may be. Okay? Even if at the point we're 9, let's say the point's a 9. I would recommend 44 inside. 44 inside. And the reason that I recommend 44 inside is because it's going to get you more than 10 shooters worth of bets, even under a worst case scenario. It's actually 11 shooters worth of bets under a worst case scenario. You know, in my case, it would be 10 shooters because I would do 44 inside, and again, $6 across for the dealers, player control, and press them up. So either one, 64 across or 44 inside. Either one of these would be my recommendation for a $10 table with a $500 bankroll. Why did I set up 64 across twice? Because there's a couple different ways you can play it. Now the idea here, because we want to see as many shooters as possible, is we want to make sure that we're pulling some money back. Pulling some money back every single roll. So I would look at these as either a mid-press or a press one unit type situation, with the exception of the inside. The exception of the inside. Yep, so let's look at the statistical likelihood now of rolls. And we're going to go with a short. We're going to say like a little 10-minute roll. Now we can take out the 2, the 3, the 11, and the 12. So let's look at 15 rolls without a 7 coming. So statistically, now we take out the 2, 3, 11, 12. So we're left with these numbers. So statistically, the 4 and 10 are going to come 1.5 times each. The 5 and the 9 are going to come twice each, and the 6 and the 8 are going to come 2.5 times each. Okay, so we're going to go from the inside out this time because we want to show what we would do with the 44 inside. So typically we'd start at the 4 and then go up, but we're going to start with the inside. So we'll start with the 6, then we'll do the 8, then we'll do 5, then we'll do 9. Okay. Now, the first time, so since it's 2.5 times each, let's say 3 and 2. Okay, 3 and 2. And same thing, since it's 1.5 times each, we'll say 2 and 1. Okay, so 3, 2, 2, 1. Now, the first time that the 6 rolls, if we're doing a mid-press strategy, probably going to do the same thing as we would on a press 1 unit, and we're just going to press it up 1. So, same thing over here. 12 is going to pay 14. We're going to press it up to 18. Now, with the inside, we're going to do it a little bit different. And in this case, we're probably going to go ahead and give ourselves a 4. Right? Now, you could also just mid-press this. Some people will only play the inside. I like to expand all the numbers, but you don't have to. You could play just the inside. So if you have a smaller margin that you're looking for a win, it's certainly doable. Now, mid-pressing, the second time this one hits, we would go all the way up to 30, and we would collect the rest. Now, on the press 1 unit, we're only going to, you'll never guess, press 1 unit. I know, it's shocking. Now the second time the 6 hits, we'll pay 15 for 1, give ourselves a 10, and then collect that 5. So now the third time this hits, for the 6, throw in $2, we'll go to 42, we collect the green. For this one, I'll pay it 30 for 2. And we're all also going, and we're going up to $30. Now, for the inside, now we are at the point where we can do either a mid-press or a press 1 unit. It's going to work out the same on this one. So that would be the 2 times the 6 hits. And obviously, there's some other numbers rolling, so it doesn't quite go perfectly to this. But the idea is your first few hits, you try and get the other 2 numbers. Once you've got the other 2 numbers, then you go with whatever strategy, be it a mid-press, a press 1 unit. You can do sister presses, whatever you want to do. So in this case, it's only going to hit twice. So the first time, sorry, my son is upstairs sleeping, so I am trying to do this as quietly as possible. We're going to press it up to 18. The next time around, we're going to press it up to 30. So that's the 2 times that hits. For the press 1 unit, we'll throw in $2. So we can just take that. And then the second time around, collect the 15. And the same thing for the player that is inside. Okay? So I'm going to stop doing the inside ones because it's going to be pretty much the exact same as these 2 strategies at this point. Right? Just remember the 44 inside is a viable possibility, and if you don't want to expand out to the 4 and 10, then you can just do mid-press, press 1 unit, power press if you really want to. So now with these are going to hit twice each. So for a mid-press strategy, you're going to press it up 1 unit, the first time, and then the second time you're going to collect $11, go up to a quarter. If you're pressing 1 unit, collect 10, press it up, and then the second time you're going to collect 16 and press it up. Same thing over here. Now, something I want to point out here, and the reason that I always say the mid-press method is so highly underrated, is you look at this. 6 is hit 3 times, 8 is hit twice, 5 and 9 have hit twice each time, and the mid-press player is sitting on $97. The pressing 1 unit player is sitting on $118. In the shorter term, the shorter rolls, the shorter hands, pressing 1 unit ends up being superior to a mid-press or a power press by a pretty decent margin. Now, as things continue to progress, not so much. Once you get into the 20, 30-minute rolls, obviously mid-presses and power presses make more money because these bets end up higher. But when you're only looking to make $100 or $200 and you want to play for as long as possible, press 1 unit is probably the best strategy you're going to find. Okay, so the 4 and 10, now that I've shown you the basic idea of what you're going for, don't really feel the need to do the 4 and 10. The way that would work for a mid-press player, you would go up to 15, then you go up to 25. For a press 1 unit, you will go up to 15, then you go up to 20 on both of them. Now, this would be my recommendation. 64 across, including the point, press 1 unit. You can also do a mid-press if you like, or you can even just do inside and press 1 unit or mid-press. Okay, so my recommendation, 64 across including the point, or 44 inside including the point if necessary, and press 1 unit. Under the parameters that you gave, $10 minimum bet table, $500 bankroll, only trying to win $100 to $200 and call it a day, and play as long as possible. That's what I would give you. I would recommend either one of these strategies as the most viable for what you're trying to do. They're also very, very simple. Very simple, very basic, but very strong. So I hope this answers your question, Jason. Thank you very much for sending it to us. We appreciate it. I hope everyone else finds this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, just plain fun. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye now. Okay, guys, so as I promised at the end of the videos, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the live stream and how it's going to work. So The first thing is, if you're interested in being one of the players for our craps tournaments, which is we're going to have every single week, please email us at sincityliving.lv@gmail.com. I need the email addresses and want to know who is interested so that we can get it set up and we can select it. I'm going to have the first round is going to be 16 players. There'll be 4 players per week. The 5th week is going to be the 4 champions from the previous weeks to get an ultimate champion. I haven't decided yet what the prize will be. Maybe I'll see if I can pick up another one of these lights. But we'll have some sort of prize for our champion. So please, if you're interested, email us. I want to pick the first 8 players, the first 2 weeks worth of players, so that we'll have the first 4 ready for the first week, and the other 4 will be kind of backup, just in case somebody has connection issues or something comes up and they're not able to play that week. Then I've got the other players on standby, so I can just bump one of them up or maybe shift the first person down or something along those lines. The main tournament is going to be Thursdays at 6 o'clock my time, Las Vegas time, 6 p.m. Las Vegas time. And it's the way it's going to work is it's going to be a time thing. I'm going to do the live stream for an hour. I'm going to do the game for an hour, rather. And it might work out to about 30 rolls, might work out to about 40 rolls. I'm not too sure. We'll see how it goes. But it's going to be time. It's going to be an hour. Instead of the craps tournaments that they do down on the strip where it's 30 rolls, we're going to do an hour. So I want to make sure I have a finite time limit for this to start with. And then we will go from there. I'm going to find a way, either a Discord or a Zoom or a private chat room, some way for the players to be logged into something where I can communicate with them on my second computer so that they can tell me what their bets are, what they want to bet, what they want to press when something hits, without me having to scroll through the full chat of the live stream itself. I'm not going to be able to keep an eye on that, and if we have enough people watching and chatting, it could be difficult to keep an eye. So I have to figure that part out. Another reason I need the emails, so I can communicate back and forth with the potential players. So if you're interested, again, please email me. Eventually, just pretty much everybody's going to have an opportunity to be in on these things because we're going to do multiple ones. I'm also looking at probably doing a second craps tournament, maybe late Wednesday nights, possibly, I'm not sure, where I'm going to do it a little bit different. The second one is going to be, instead of 1 hour and then whoever's got the most chips is the winner, because those craps tournaments tend to have really weird strategies. They're not normal strategies that you'd see in normal play, because you're competing against other players and you just want to make sure you have more chips than them by the end. What I'm going to do with the second tournament is, instead of a weekly winner, we're going to play for an hour, and then I'll keep track of how much money people still have on there, or how many chips they still have. And then the next week, same players are going to keep going. Basically, this game will go until the bankrolls end, until we have one person with money left, or chips left. Again, there's no money involved in this. So once we have one final winner, so people will drop out as their play money bankrolls expire, as they run out of chips. So that one, I'm guessing we'll see some more normal strategies, the kind of things people actually play when they're actually playing craps. And then eventually we're going to add baccarat, pai gow, 3-card poker, blackjack, of course, to these tournaments. Whatever we can, to these live streams and live stream tournaments, whatever we can, when we can, as best we can. We're going to have to figure it out as we go. We have a lot of time constraints between me working full-time plus a child. But we're going to do the best we can. We're very, very excited to have this going. And we also will try and pick a day or time where I can do a patron-exclusive tournament or two. We'll see. We'll see how many of our patrons are interested, and see if we can't get that going as well, where it's only on the patron site. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Please, if you're interested in playing in one of the tournaments or partaking in our live streams, aside from just the chat, obviously it's a live stream, please watch, chat with us, let us know how it's going or what you think, and otherwise, please, again, email us, sincityliving.lv@gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Any suggestions, please hit us up. Thank you guys very, very much. We appreciate every single one of you guys, and we will catch you guys next time.